So hi everybody, welcome back to Law Hero. My name is Jen and I'm excited about the law, and today we're talking about how to develop an in-house function. I get asked this a lot, especially on Instagram, when some of the people who used my notes years ago are now gone in-house. Some people are the first in-house counsel in their organisation and they're wondering how to develop the in-house department. So obviously what I'm going to say is not a catch-all, but it is some broad way of bringing your in-house department up to scratch. So I would say that the first point I would say is management buy-in. If you don't have a CFO or a CEO for that matter who are prepared to spend and invest in the legal department, and you don't show them the vision of what it could be, how it could reduce risk for the organisation, how it could reduce regulatory risk, how it could reduce investigations, sanctions. If you're not able to take them on that journey, you're at nothing. So the very first thing you need is management buy-in, and that's called upstream kind of legal relations, and then conversely the downstream legal relations, which are the relationships with sales, marketing, planning, procurement, all of those different HR, all those different functions. If you don't have a good relationship with them, you're not going to be able to advise the business correctly because you won't have visibility over its operations. So yeah, that would be my first point: management buy-in, upstream and downstream legal interaction. And the only way you can do that as an in-house counsel is to prove your worth and show your value through metrics. Business people love statistics. They love to see, for example, that litigation is getting settled, and it's really hard to show them the life they would have had if you were not there, but it kind of is up to you to shape the narrative, and it is just part of your job of being in-house counsel. For sure, the second big area is that you have phenomenal external support, and I am very lucky in that when I went in-house, I have an extremely good professional network built up through working in Dublin. And when we went through the legal panel tender, I felt such comfort and almost an advantage knowing the law firms who were applying very well, knowing their business, and then conversely I felt like I was able to explain to them our business much better, and it was just a wonderful meeting of the minds. And now as the legal panel is playing out, you know, usually it'll be 3 to 5 years, you can see the relationship is really strong because we understand them, they understand us. It's a really fluid, dynamic relationship. Obviously we have to maintain costs, but at the end of the day, if the support is there and if they're extremely responsive and they understand our business well, it's a win-win for everybody. And then finally, I would say for sure, in my estimation, the third area you cannot forget as an in-house counsel is optimizing legal technology for your business. There is no escaping from the role that legal technology will play, especially on an in-house basis. And this is because our internal stakeholders, those who hold the purse, they're not willing to pay for extortionate legal spend anymore, so we have to be innovative. Now the challenge comes from, you know, information security, who's going to host the data and all that kind of thing, but at the same time the market is only going one way, and that is towards commoditization of legal products. And indeed the first ones who will start this revolution and really get it going will be in-house, because we are directly close to the business. We're able to en masse develop a system whereby our contracts are commoditized, they go through a process flow, and we reduce risk that way. And then when it comes to you know, going through a merger or going through some kind of externally motivated legal task, like for example a regulatory investigation, all the stuff is there, the workload is reduced, the cost is reduced, and most importantly, the downtime from operations is reduced. That is the key upside to having your legal technology there. it's an initial upfront cost, of course. Every type of software is, but it is such, I mean, like, think about life before Google Drive. Think about life before, I don't know, like any type of technology that helps us nowadays. It's just unthinkable, and I think it's going to be the same with legal technology. I think there will come a time in the next few years where we won't remember life without Kira, or we won't remember life without HiQ. They'll be just an essential part of our day to day. And that goes as well for what I was saying earlier. If you're able to show statistics and show an auditable way of tracking what you're doing day to day, you're able to prove your worth as an in-house counsel, which feeds back into the management buy-in. So yeah, I mean, it's lots of stuff you're never taught in a law firm. It's a completely different career path, but there's just very little around honing those skills. They're usually learned on the job, but hopefully this video maybe gave you a shortcut into developing your internal legal function. I'll see you in the next one.